And here, streaming blood. No. So, ooh, you have a ton here. Okay, let's very quickly. No, this is no. Is that skills? No. This. So this is high priority, or where it was the death from above. This one. Oh yeah, this is what you do. Yeah, so this is what you get. You can get one extra death from above just by dodging. And here, so extra. Yeah, you get this. Defense. No, you have no armor. Okay, so like we said, for you it's this one. You are gaining a ton. Okay, and last one. This is the last one. We have is doubled. Okay, so like I said, enough. Soldier next. Cover, integrity. Yep, this is what you get. Yeah, you get integrity. Let's take it out completely from the... Yeah. Okay, so I think we are done. Okay, but let's go to the inventory and let's fix that thing out with the all this stuff. Let's see, by type. Why is this hole here? Type in ascending. Okay, we need a shotgun for you. Hunting rifle. So you have this. I mean, yeah, for you, I want just shotguns. The Ripper. 2 shotguns. Shotgun here. Yeah, you get this one. Okay, like this. And this one. Where is the armor? So. Okay, wow, which one is better? 30, 40. Okay. Yeah. And everything else should be okay. Type in ascending. Should be yeah. There are many here. Okay. You can easily get lost in this. Okay. Oh, let's get you a... Let's remove this blasphemy. Sorry, Abelard. Sorry, I had to give you a... Yeah, Belta. You get it back, this. And you, Argenta, where is the flamethrower? Ah, yeah, is this. Okay. Okay. Now... Okay, and let's get back. For you, it's good. Whatever you have, it's good. Yeah, and this one. It's 28, 32. Okay. And you, let's see. So you got the... Now let's see, some swords, something cool. Okay. 21. Ah, because you have 2. That's good for you. Yeah, we are looking only at the swords. Once we reach the guns, I don't care. Oh. Ah. It's two-handed. Okay. I want one-handed. This is two-handed, two-handed, two-handed. I think you're okay. Yeah, and you have this one. 26. Okay. And you, Ulfar, still with the same. Same armor. Armor. Okay. Yeah, so I think this is modern. Okay, let's make sure healing. Do we have any healing left? Okay, yeah. Let's not forget that. Okay. Because we consumed a few in that boss fight. Okay. I think this is okay. This is good enough. Okay, let's go here. Okay.
With the physical horrors of Commorragh behind them, a long and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive one to madness. Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian Webway and find their way back. Home?
Ooh. Okay.
Morin's silhouette emerges from the dense foliage without disturbing a single blade of grass. He addresses you in an accusatory tone of dissatisfaction.
I sensed your mind, Mon-keigh. Why are you skulking by the Webway gate? Why have you come to the Lilithan in secret? Do you intend ill for us?
No.
Upon noticing Eklendil, Morin flinches, then says solemnly,
Brother Eklendil, I praise Assyrian for the fortune of seeing you again. Please, step under my protection without delay. Brother Morin, I do not feel threatened, not anymore.
Cabela looks up at the farser with torment in her eyes.
You should.
Morin looks at Erliot and says with enmity in his voice,
Outcast Erliot, you walk the path paved with your own misdoings. Once more Mon-keigh have found their way to our domain, and once more you aid them in doing so.
Neither war nor ill intent follow in our wake, Morin. Your anger is unwarranted.
So, I apologize for intruding upon your hallowed ground. It is where my journey from Commorragh has taken me. Iliad, kindly explain to your kinsman that there is no reason for him to be so riled up. Warm greetings to you as well. You are almost as hospitable as the Dark City. This is sarcasm. I just cut down a good 100 Aeldari in Commorragh. Keep up that tone and you will become the 101st. Okay. Yeah, I apologize for intruding upon your hallowed ground. It is where my journey from Commorragh has taken me. That's the truth.
You come from Commorragh?
Mm-hmm.
Morin says nothing for a moment, then continues, his voice shocked.
Now I see. The gate refused to obey me because it was sealed from within. By the Dark Ones, no doubt. The Lilithan was meant to become a slaughterhouse for the Drukhari.
Morin's gaze bores into Erliot for a few moments in tense silence as he considers something in his mind. At last, he says in a commanding tone.
Your arrival is sudden, outcast Erliot. But perhaps there is purpose behind it. You will serve your people shortly.
So do you know anything about my abduction?
The news of your disappearance has not reached Janus. My guess is that your close servants decided to conceal this event so as not to beget fear.
So you said Iliad would serve the Aeldari once more. Are you seeking to use her again?
Morin grimaces contemptuously.
A Mon-keigh cannot comprehend the depth of the tragedy that befell our home, our Crudarach. The duty of every child of Assyrian is to do all they can to quell the pain of that loss. And Erliot the outcast is no exception.
Unlike you, Morin, I was able to find the truth. The truth of Crudarach's doom was revealed to me, even though that required me to throw myself in the Dark City's deadly embrace.
Erliot frowns and looks defiantly into the Farseer's eyes.
Is the fire of our souls not better directed toward worthy deeds than arguing with our kin?
Eklendil waves his hands in the air, making several gestures of unknown meaning. Morin and Erliot fall into cowed silence.
I can see that something is troubling your delicate heart, my kinsman Warren. Share your feelings with me and the outcast then, and I will reveal the truth of Crudarach's fate to you a little later. We did not spend our time on the Lilithan in fruitless grief. On the contrary, our lost kin have answered my call and are now pleading for help. Driven by revenge, they set out to pursue the one responsible for Crudarach's rueful demise, only to end up as captives on a Mon-keigh world.
Her emerald green gaze turns to you and rests on you a little longer than usual.
Dare I hope that you will lend me a shoulder to lean on again, Elentak?
What world is it?
That I know not. All that my vision showed me was an infinitely green sea, a living sea, and the maddening thirst of a hunter who was pursuing the children of Assyrian. Outcast, your path is taking you toward the stars again. Find our kin and do not let them perish.
Erliot nods silently and leaves it at that, as if she is less interested in Morin's words than in your reaction.
So I am sure your kin brought their misfortune upon themselves. I will help you find your kin. After all that you have done? No, not a chance. I cannot promise anything right now. Okay, I will help you find your kin.
Erliot breathes out almost inaudibly, and her shoulders relax.
And I am grateful to you, Elentak.
So how are things on Janus?
The Lilithan has been charitable to the Mon-keigh. She bestows special gifts upon some of your servants, she forges bonds with them. This is the first time I have seen our world so tolerant of your kind. It reminds me just how much I still do not understand. Alas, your kin do not trouble themselves with contemplating this matter. They fear those gifted by the Lilithan, they despise them, and seek to kill them. And that does not surprise me at all.
Morin's voice grows pensive.
The Lilithan's slumber is restless. She has guarded a part of herself away from you, it is what the Mon-keigh call the isolated region. At first, I thought it was the Lilithan's attempt to push you away, so she could heal from the wounds your cold iron had inflicted upon her flesh, but I see something else in what is transpiring. A mystery.
So your kinsman, Eklendil, helped us escape from Commorragh. I need a shuttle. No. Your kinsman Eklendil helped us escape from the Commorragh.
Morin exchanges long looks with Eklendil, then says gravely,
This is where Eklendil's path and yours diverge, Mon-keigh. He will stay with us when you leave.
Eklendil nods.
I am elated to be once more among those with whom I shared Crudarach's time of bloom, Warren.
Of course, good luck, Eklendil. I would say a ransom for his rescue is in order. Draw your weapon. I wish to challenge your bold statement. He is my prisoner. No. Of course. Good luck, Eklendil.
Thank you, Mon Elentak.
An iridescent haze momentarily clouds the world around you, and that moment is all it takes for Morin to hide Eklendil behind the veil of his xenosorcery.
We will speak of my kin's fate no longer. All that was meant to be said has been said. We will send instructions to our Mon-keigh Sir allies to provide you with means of transportation. Farewell, Mon-keigh. I am pleased that our meeting did not spill blood into the Lilithan's womb.
Ooh, I'm back.
The high-ranking officers beam with genuine happiness. Danrok steps forward and solemnly says,
Welcome to the bridge, Lord Captain. Like the rest of the crew, we are overjoyed by your return and thank the Emperor for it.
The crew stares in awe and terror at the giant towering over the crowd. Some make the sign of the Aquila on their chests. Others collapse to their knees with a prayer to the God Emperor on their lips. This wave of pious shock does not seem to discompose Ulfar in the slightest. He just chuckles into his beard and glances around curiously. Heinrix and Pasqal approaches you. He is not looking his best. It seems he has not slept in quite a while.
Lord Captain, allow me to express how glad I am that you have rejoined us, alive and unharmed.
Shireen, light of my eyes. I am overjoyed to see you among us once more. Truly, the Exalted One is merciful for showing you the way back home. I hope all the Ashmags who left us to languish without our Lord Captain have already become food for the warp demons. Lord Captain, I'm so glad to see you. I nearly lost it when you up and disappeared on me. I was getting by on stimulants and recaf, I barely slept. Also, I could keep listening to the whispers for any clue on how to find you. The only other time I felt so powerless was when Lady Theodora.
She stops.
Pardon me, Lord Captain, I'm talking nonsense.
Pasqal offers you a respectful bow.
The return of the Master of the Temple is an event honored by every spirit that dwells within the sacred systems and machines of this abode.
So first off, how much do you know about my abduction?
Not much, Lord Captain. All contact with your party was lost shortly after the supposed pirates boarded the ship and abducted your companion's kinspeople. We immediately sent shuttles with boarding parties to your aid, but we didn't find anyone on the ship save for the crew, all of whom had either been butchered or driven insane.
Its expression is inscrutable, but her eyes are fixed on you and you alone.
Since your lordship's body was never recovered, we hoped against hope that you were still alive. Alas, even our most alert auger operators never spotted anything suspicious, and thus our ignominious failure put you in dire peril.
Heinrix's gaze, tense and almost desperate, is focused on you, but he says nothing, for now at least.
Dare we inquire what happened to your lordship?
Yeah, so Iliad helped the Drukhari abduct me and take me to Commorragh. I'm glad you realize you are to blame for my capture. You have not earned the right to hear about my adventures or lie. My loyal servants, the Q Xenox, tried to take your leader from you, but their plan has failed. I'm once again with you. Are you with me? Yeah, it does not matter. The topic of my disappearance is closed. Yeah.
As you command, Lord Captain.
Where has my ship been all this time?
The Officers' Council decided to take the ship to Footfall, where one can hear the gossip of the entire expanse. Our agents tirelessly searched for information about your lordship. Had we heard even a whisper of where you were imprisoned, we would have immediately launched a rescue expedition. While you were absent, Lord Captain, we made every effort to find you. That resulted in a number of modifications to the ship that have significantly upgraded it. Thanks to a favorable deal secured by the esteemed High Factotum, the ship is now equipped with state-of-the-art auger systems and direction finders from Kiava Gamma.
So enough empty talk. Your master is waiting for a proper celebration. There is quite enough fawning and fussing. I wish to return to my duties immediately. Yeah, enough of actually, okay, there is quite enough fawning and fussing. Yeah, I wish to return to my duties immediately.
Danrok throws up his hands.
But the crew is overcome with joy and gratitude to the God Emperor. Nonetheless, your will is absolute.
The factotum smacks his lips awkwardly and adds in a quieter voice.
Lord Captain, the senior officers will report to you shortly. In your absence, we received a number of astropathic messages and dispatches that demand your attention.
Okay.
The group of servitors suddenly stirs, their movements frighteningly identical even for automatons. They stare at you and say in perfect unison,
Hello. Nomos have come to welcome you back. We sense that a great deed has been done, a vivid imprint on existence. You did something very important. What was it?
So I triumphed over the enemies of humanity by pitting the Archimy's blight against that of the Xenox. You do not need to know. Yeah, I triumphed over the enemies of humanity by pitting the Archimy's blight against that of the Xenos.
How is that a triumph? You desire other victories. We know that you do.
So unexpected decisions are unavoidable. You do not understand me. You do not understand people in general. That is why it all seems strange to you. You do not need to know. Yeah, unexpected decisions are unavoidable.
All life is inconsistent. We understand that.
The chorus of servitors pauses, as if the controlling entity is busy thinking.
We must go now. We will come to speak with you later.
Another pause follows, so long that the silence becomes more piercing than a scream. Then the servitors finally break it.
We felt sadness when we could no longer communicate with you. And we were worried about your fate.
One can detect with the naked eye the moment when Nomos leaves the bridge. The servitors stop moving in sync and slowly shuffle off to their posts.
Everybody's reporting now.
Your Lordship, I must report highly compromising information about a member of your retinue. Namely, Mistress Jae Heydari, who it turns out, is nothing of the sort, but a commoner, a fugitive from the law, and a deserter from the Imperial Guard. I have solid evidence to prove it.
So this evidence had better be incontrovertible. I want to know the details. How did you come to know of this? I wish to see Jae Heydari. We have something to discuss. Yeah. How did you come to know of this? We can drop it. Yeah, how did you come to know of this?
In your Lordship's absence, the burden of watching over the dynasty's treasury fell upon my shoulders. I deemed Jae Heydari the likeliest threat to the dynasty's material security. I had my people conduct an investigation, and they uncovered a past connection between Heydari and an individual by the name of Mercy, a highly influential figure in the Kasballica mission with a dangerous reputation. Fearing that the predatory interests of the Kasballica would pose a threat to your coffers, I began my own investigation. It was entirely reasonable to suspect collusion of some kind between Heydari and Mercy, and so my suspicions were confirmed the two were connected. It was from Mercy's associates that I acquired the compromising intelligence on Heydari.
So this evidence had better be incontrovertible.
The factotum bows and holds out a data slate to you.
It is all here, your Lordship. Official records from the Administratum, attestations from the Departamento Munitorum, and much more besides.
Okay, I want to know the details.
I may have overlooked some nuances, but I have solid evidence that the person whom we presently know as Jae Heydari served in the 19th Efreet Regiment, and was identified as the perpetrator of numerous instances of theft and smuggling, as well as desertion. And this individual is not of noble birth, but of the lowest origins.
Okay, I wish to see Jae. We have something to discuss. Yeah, let's talk with Jae.
Shopped me, did you little wannabe quester?
Jae's voice and bearing undergo a stark transformation, biting soldier slang cuts through her typically gentle speech.
Don't miss a thing, your servants, Rel. And they're sneaky as too. They'll climb up Agrax's arse to find out what they want to know.
I think we need to talk about your past. I do not want to know anything. This conversation have happened. Yeah, I think we need to talk about your past.
Only if this scum slings his hook.
Jae nods at the now much paler Danrok.
Well, your lordship, ask away. I'll tell it like it is. I'm not going to try to wriggle out of it.
So tell me your real story. Tell me your real story.
So what do you want to hear, Shireen? A children's tale about a beautiful princess? A ballad about a queen of thieves? How about a new story, Shireen? Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock, and the core of that rock contained untold riches for servants of the Imperium. The girl scraped out those riches with her little hands, breaking her back and coughing up her lungs, on behalf of people who had never clapped eyes upon her, and who would never know her name. She did this every day until she turned 16, and then his servants came and drafted the girl into the 19th Efreet Regiment. Can you imagine? Of course, the regiment was wiped out on its first sortie. But the girl survived. The Exalted One protects. So what was next? Years serving in the Astra Militarum, just a shitload of hard labor, and fighting, and deals, and shady connections, and new opportunities. But everything in this world ends sooner or later, Shireen. The now not-so-little girl went and fell in with the Kasballica. She saved up a little gold, and she even indulged in excess from time to time. Until living the good life almost cost the little girl her head after her patrons got caught in an internal investigation between the Officio Prefectus and Departamento Munitorum. So the girl ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, until her eyes and the whims of fortune brought her to the expanse. A shitty story, all things considered, Shireen.
Okay, I knew you were not a princess. Do you have a family? So you used to be in the Imperial Guard?
Corporal Heydari reporting for duty, sir. I've had enough of the Astra Militarum shit to last a lifetime, Shireen. And my body's collected enough souvenirs from run-ins with Xenos and heretics to last 2 lifetimes. Except, when it comes to the Guard, there's no such thing as used to be. That wretched life sank its claws into me good. But that also means I remember what it's like to be a small, shaking, insignificant pawn. And that's why I appreciate what I have now all the more.
So how did you get involved with the Kasballica? So you are a deserter as well. That explains the lung implant. But what about the hand? Yeah, so how did you get involved with the Kasballica? Yes.
What? You think it's difficult? Once me and my fellow guardsmen snuck into the upper city in search of a good watering hole where the high and mighty of that world congregated. Another time, our regiment was sent to defend the tallest spires on a hive-world. And I had an epiphany. I saw how the other half lives. And by half, I mean the ones born with a diamond spoon in their mouth instead of an entrenching shovel rammed up their arse. My eyes were open to the truth, Shireen. The Imperium is full of opportunities, even for people like myself. The trick is knowing whose palms to grease, whose boots to lick, whose throat to squeeze, and whose arses to kick. I was very popular with everyone in the Guard command, you see. I'd procure things for them, whatever they wanted. And so the Kasballica took notice.
So you are a deserter as well?
You know, Shireen, I could still be bouncing around from one world to another, holed up on tired old ships with only venal grunts for company, if I hadn't decided I wanted more for my life. I accepted a shipment from the Kasballica of certain chemicals. You know, for carnal pleasures and the like. Some bigwig was throwing a party to celebrate his 5th decade in the service. And that's when I caught the attention of the newly arrived commissar. I was rummaging through the pockets of Astra Militarum with one hand and shuffling the Kasballican cargo with the other. You can imagine what would have happened to my head had the commissar not started with my higher-ranked patrons.
So that explains the lung implant. But what about the hand?
It was orcs.
Ooh.
Not everything I say is a lie, Shireen. Whoop the never mind.
Okay, who is this Mercy that Danrok has accused you of associating with?
We knew each other once. He helped me make the move to the Expanse and establish my first connections. But that's an old story I prefer not to poke at if I can help it. Things are good in my life now, and I don't need mercy.
So about your new persona.
Are you worried I'm going to start spitting on the deck and shriveling your officers' ears with my foul tongue? Don't be, Shireen. I much prefer being seen as a princess rather than a deserter. I'll continue to play the part in front of the others, but you wanted to talk frankly, so I've dropped the act.
So after what I have heard, the thought of keeping you by my side makes me sick. Remove yourself from my presence. Kill, you will answer for everything you have done. I think we have covered everything. Return to your duties. Yeah. I'm okay with what she is. Yeah, okay.
Sir, yes, sir. Your lordship, Shireen. I'll be here, all primed and ready to go.
Jae lips curve into a faint smile now that the seal of silence that has shackled them for years has finally been broken.